Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Because I'm doing well because I have a wonderful day on this. My hairs are kind of messy. On this 9 June 2025. I know what you're saying, Ink, the sun is strong. Bruh, what am I supposed to do? Sun, chill? It won't listen to me. Please? Oh shit, it didn't work. Today we're talking about a kind of like a. I don't know how to bring this up. Let me have my little notes. Eggs, pancake batter. See, still some humor. Talk about the care system. Care system, which is super important. So we were talking about it in a video previously about how 4 years of making content really changed me, but also showcase how much I changed. So there's this version of Ink, which is 2021. This version of Ink was 2022. Version of Ink, you get it, right? And they're different, right? And I was talking about how much video we made, and most of them were completely pointless. And I was talking about why they were pointless. Well, because our opinion changed. Like, for example, we're very anti-system. And then we learned that the system was a bitch to everybody. We weren't the only victim of the system, right? It was a question of, if it's flawed, what do I do? Yeah, the system is shitty. So what? Not so much in the sense of you should give up, but in the sense that it's shitty for everybody. So why are you complaining? What makes you the guy that's able to complain versus somebody else? Like, I cannot help but seeing a monoparental in French, a single mom, right? And she has kids, and I'm alone, and I'm complaining, and she's not complaining. It's not normal, you know? So then all of those videos are pointless because my thought process changed. The way I saw things changed, right? And like, okay, well, if they changed, it is so windy. My door just opened, my phone is shaking, this is falling. Holy shit, it is windy AF. So okay, I got the video to do, and I got another one, and that's it. We are at 54% batteries, so that's actually pretty good. Hold me down, I'm 6 feet on the ground, and I'm saying, listening to Creed. If the person that knows why I'm listening to Creed, she'll laugh. I don't think she's gonna watch this though. So I was talking about all of those videos, and I was like, okay, well, should I delete them because my point of view changed, right? But no, because this is actually a really good example. This is actually the single most bestest example in the world. Should I delete those videos because my point of view changed? No. They're pointless. Those videos are pointless because my point of view changed. But they still matter because it's a care system. I care enough about the way I saw things back then. I care enough about understanding why I was thinking of those things. I care enough to see that I did change or I did evolve, right? But a care system, it's something that is so crazy. So the idea for a care system, that are, right, was exactly that. I mean it when I say, like, a lot of the videos that I saw, I would see myself today. I just see myself and I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? This is not true. It doesn't make any sense. But back then it makes sense. I was talking about our emotion. For example, I was talking about how I fought with my mom and my father, right? My best friend. And I was talking about the reason as to why we were fighting. And how my video, which is this video, was the care system and how much I should give a fuck. I'm so pressed of saying sorry to people, but when are they saying sorry to me? I'm itching to fix situation, but when are people trying to fix situation with me? You know? And it was a vendetta system. It was a vendetta because I was mad. And then I calmed down, I cooled down, apologized to people that needed apologies. And at the same time, it's nuts because right now, if I made this video, I would be like, I'm not mad, why am I making this video? Right? Now, the pointlessness of this is the emotion. So, was this emotion justified? Absolutely. Was I justified to feel pissed because of what happened? Absolutely. But this emotion is gone. You're never gonna say, hey, I'm happy today, but 4 weeks ago I was pretty mad about something. You're not gonna say that. You say, hey, I was happy today. That's all that matters. That is absolutely all that matters. You know, wait a second, what is that? What the heck? Almost as if somebody took a knife. What the heck? Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, almost as if someone took a knife to the window. Damn. Okay, it's getting pretty warm. See, right now, I'm making this video, and this is the craziest part. I was talking about this a couple minutes ago, and it made so much sense, and now I'm like, I'm going to make this video, right? But the video in itself is all about the care system. The care system is what? And I was talking about how I felt, and how I felt like making this effort for people, right? And I was talking about how when I was younger, I didn't give a shit. I was just like, okay, well, sorry. Even though I wasn't sorry, I would say sorry because it would shut people up. It's like they saying I'm fine, but I'm not fine because it's easier to say, right? And you would tell sorry to people that didn't deserve it because you didn't care. And lately, I've been trying to be more honest, and I've been talking to people, and honestly, and oops, and it's a bit different because some people that like, for example, right? As a streamer, you know this, you get approached by 24 of graphic designer per week, right? And some I get less because I'm a small channel, but somebody approached me and I was like, hey, and they were being insistent, and it made me mad because they were using a picture of Lena Paul. Lena Paul, if you don't know who Lena is, don't worry about it. If you do know, you're a legend. They were using a Lena Paul. So I'm like, first of all, I know it's not you, right? I know it's a porn star. Second of all, I just gave out who she was. Second of all, I said no, right? And that person was pushing, right? So that person was kind of justified. My reaction was kind of justified because they were pretending to be someone they weren't, but also they were insisting. But then, I'm talking about people also that I barely know, and they're creating issues. Or friends that you think they're friends, but they're not really friends. They're only friends when it's advantageous to them. And you're making so much effort to fix things with them, right? When you shouldn't. My father said some hurtful shit, and it's not the first time, the last time. He used something I told him in confidence. Right? In confidence. To hurt me. My mom, I was making I'm looking for work. And pure luck, the person next to us was giving an interview. So I waited until the interview was done and I applied. Then go to my mom's house to apply, and go to my mom's house to find a job. Then I do the interview, and she gave me shit. Oh, you're talking too fast. I see my stepdad, somebody I haven't seen in years because I don't like him. And he's talking about, oh, you don't present yourself good. You're not dressed properly. You didn't cut your hair. You have to cut your hair. And I'm like, I haven't seen you in 10 years. Who the fuck are you? And that sucks. That sucks. Because this is a system that I understood like really young. And it's a system that's flawed because I feel like I have to be an asshole. Like in a perfect world, there's a reason why most of my life I didn't have a relationship with my stepmom. And I didn't have a relationship with my stepdad. You're not the parents. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. My parents, I do give a fuck. But then I was like, okay, well, guess what? Maybe that's not nice. I should be nicer to them. They did help raise me, right? Try to be nicer. And then you realize, no, you were right. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's not a good way to do it. That's not a good way to say. Right? The care system would be something that you use to say, okay, well, this is how much of a fuck I give. Do I give enough of a fuck with this person? Do I give a fuck enough with this person to say sorry or to fix the situation? If yes, is it always mean that I have to fix the situation? Okay, cool. If yes, why am I allowing situations to repeat themselves? You see, it's such a complex thing, and it's not so much like for example, right? I was talking to this girl, and I made a video about her. It's not her fault. She doesn't know. So I go into the life of someone, and I meet this girl. and she's talking to me, and she seemed nice. So I say hi. I say what's up, you know, and we talk for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I want to work, but she's nice. So I'm like, okay. And then next week she started to talk to me, and I'm like, hey, is everything okay? She's like, yeah, why? It's like, you texting me. And she considered me a friend, but to me, I didn't know her. Now, was I being friendly to her? Yes. Was she right to believe that we were friends? Absolutely. Was I an asshole? Absolutely. Do I regret how I talked to her and how I handled the situation? Absolutely, because I just said, listen, we're not friends. I don't know you. Was that an asshole move? Yes. But I was honest. And this is what I have a problem with. With maturity came understanding. With maturity came compromises. So is the compromise is lying to the person? Saying, yeah, I'll pretend to be your friends? Or no? And I don't know. And it's a flawed system. Like with my father, I was like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be me complaining, but fuck. With my father, it's not the first time he says that. He does something to hurt my feelings, you know. And he doesn't say sorry. He doesn't give a fuck. Is he a bad person because of that? No. Should I allow this behavior? No. My mom, she'll give me advice, but she'll repeat herself. Like, oh, you're talking too fast. You have to calm down. And it's crazy. I have it like a recording, and it's the famous day where I received a bill from the government, the $13,000. I received the paper, and I'm freaking out. So I'm calling my parents, right? I'm calling my mom, right? And I'm calling my father. And then we talk, and then we talk, and then we talk. And then I'm listening to my mom, because it's her turn to talk, right? Me and my father were loud mouthed, we're big mouths. When it's her turn, respectful. And then she said, don't be stressed, Steph. Calm down. I said, okay, no problem. She was right. I was stressed. And then the conversation lasted 45 minutes. She kept on saying, calm down. And then I realized, you just said that 7 times. I no need to repeat that. So I told her, Mom, when you're saying this, you're making me nervous. Which is true. She took it the wrong way. When she's gonna give me advice, she'll say, hey, you think I'm the enemies. I'm like, no, I don't think you're the enemy, but I don't like being given advice. Because it's your way or the highway. It's always the same fucking advice. Calm down. Talk slower. You've been telling me this for 22 years? Huh? Did it change something? No. And she keeps on saying things like, oh, I'm the enemies. And I'm like, nah, ma, you're not the enemy, but you know that I don't like getting advice. But you keep going, you keep trying. My mom, and I love her, bless her, but she used to want to put gel in my hair. And I will tell her no. And one time she traded shampoo for something that had like a gel effect. It's very pushy. You know? With my father is less bad because my father I can tell him fuck you. He'll be hey. But then he'll realize that he did something wrong. And then he won't apologize, but they'll make it up. You know, he'll also like, hey, come on, have supper. I want to see you. Okay. You know? Which is nice. Just a situation like that. And as a kid, it's very, very hard. Because I was raised to say yes. If I didn't say yes, slap across the mouth. So you're saying yes to get rid of the problem, but you're not getting rid of the problem. You're not learning. I was a classical thing. I was a classical kid that says, hey, you apologize too much. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize too much. I'm sorry that I apologize. No? And then I'm trying to be nicer. Nicer is being more honest. And people don't want honesty. That's a hard pill to swallow. I told you guys my past about how much I used to lie. And now I'm finally being honest, and I'm realizing that people don't want the truth, and like, tough shit. What am I supposed to do here? You know? And then it's a whole system of, oh, this lie is acceptable, but this lie isn't. What is a white lie? What is a lie? There's even something called a noble lie, which is a lie that benefits everybody. Which is okay to lie then. It's so complex. But it's all human nature. Right? I could be alone, working as hard as I am right now, having as much fun as I am right now, and I wouldn't have to deal with that bullshit. That's part of being in society. That's part of living with people. You gotta deal with that bullshit. And then your whole care system is there's a lot of people that you're gonna be friends with that are gonna be like, hey, why are you acting like that? Well, because the other people are treating me shitty. But they didn't treat you shitty, so why are you treating them shitty? You know? It sucks. It really sucks. But I guess that's life, right? I guess that's the way she goes. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Okay.